Ah, content marketing, the biggest asset you have in your business to grow both with efficiency as well as with sustainability. Unfortunately, if you don't utilize content marketing, you're likely going to continue to pay to play in the advertising space, costing you thousands of dollars, and the machine stops promoting you the second you stop putting money into it. That's why in this video, I'm going to break down the top 10 benefits to using content marketing in your business. If you don't know who I am, my name is Mike Kyle. I'm the content manager here at Contractor Growth Network, and my job is to make videos like this one to help you grow your business. So without further ado, let's get into it. The first benefit to content marketing is that it helps build brand awareness. Now, I've thought long and hard about how I personally define brand, and I define brand as an established connection between person and company. Content marketing allows you to produce information, entertainment, or both in order to make more connections with your audience. In fact, just a few weeks ago, we hosted our very own event, the New Era of Contracting Summit, where we had on about a dozen or so industry experts to talk all about their expertise. After the conference was over, I talked to Logan about what his biggest takeaway was, and he said, if you would have told me that 5 years ago we'd be in the room with these guys, I would have called you crazy. But people came here and they knew exactly who we were, and they were excited about it. That is brand. The second benefit for content marketing is that it increases your website traffic and gives you better SEO results. Primarily, this happens through blog content. Now at CGN, we write blogs for about 20 different clients, and I want to showcase their statistics to really help drive this point home. The blog topics that we cover are industry dependent as well as localized depending upon what people in that contractor's area are searching for. Every graph we go through is going to showcase two different things. The first being impressions, which is simply how many times have people had the opportunity to click your page. And the second is clicks, which is how many people actually took that opportunity to click and visit your website or that blog post. For impressions, we want a high ceiling, and for clicks, we want a high floor. And basically what that means is that we want the floor or the average day-to-day clicks to continue to rise, and we want the impressions to be as high as we can possibly get. So going through Charlotte Backyard Ponds, who's been in business for only a year, you can see all the way down at the left side of the graph that the impressions were super low, way less than 1,000, probably around 100 or so a day, if that, and the clicks were only around 5 or less. However, as we continued to produce SEO content for him, you can see that the impressions started to rise dramatically and the clicks soon followed. Now per day, Charlotte Backyard Pond is getting around 15 clicks a day, and at least 2,000 people have the opportunity to click one of his blog posts. Another crazy SEO graph is going to be one of our clients, GreatX. A year ago, he was getting around 1,500 impressions a day and only around 25 clicks. However, we can look at his stats right now, and he's getting around 6,000 impressions a day, as well as 75 clicks to his website. And again, SEO is all about targeting the different searches that homeowners in your area have about your product or service. Number 3, one of my favorite benefits for content marketing is generating leads. That's right. By creating consistent content, your potential customers are going to know, like, and trust you even further, ultimately to decide, hey, I want your product or service. All right, story time here. Our entire business is fundamentally built around content marketing to drive leads. Between 2020 and 2021, we spent $250,000 running different types of ads, and we saw barely anything in return. Legitimately, we probably lost $200,000 in advertising. We became a $2 million+ company in the top 1,000 of the Inc. 5000 list through content marketing. We have blogs that go out monthly on our website, weekly podcasts, weekly YouTube videos like this one, so subscribe down below, and daily social media posts. All with the goal to capture the attention of our ideal client, bring them into our world, and ultimately become customers of ours. Thus far, I'd say it's worked pretty well. Going off of generating leads, the fourth benefit to content marketing is going to be that it just makes sales easier. You can arm your potential customer with information that they need to make their decision before they even hop on the phone with you, or you can give them more information after the sales call. The hardest part of conversion is the trust piece, right? We need to make sure that our customer feels like they can trust us, that we can deliver the best result. And that's where content comes in. Logan tells this story all the time. It's one of my favorites. that a few years ago, he hopped on a sales call and simply asked the prospect, hey, by chance, do you listen to our podcast or watch our YouTube channel? And the prospect said, oh yeah, I consume everything you guys put out. Logan responded with, how do you think I feel now going into that sales call? The prospect said, like $1,000,000, I'm sure. The two shared a quick laugh, and the deal was closed shortly after. Why? Because the prospect already knew everything we were about. That we were a website company, that we did SEO, that we did video marketing, and it made the sale so much easier because there was no need to actually sell. It was just hopping on a call to convert the customer. We're halfway home, and the fifth benefit to content marketing is that it improves customer engagement. Now, content is awesome for this, whether it be social media, YouTube, or if you're just interacting with the homeowner or your customer one-on-one. Your content allows you to build a relationship with your customer. For example, if I'm selling t-shirts and I have a customer of mine tag us in a photo, I can then repost it and they'll feel like an absolute superstar. Or one of my favorite uses for content marketing is actually giving updates on somebody's job status. Charlotte Backyard Ponds is really great at this, and what they actually do if the homeowner is not home by the time that they leave the job site is they will send a video update or a series of photos to the homeowner saying, hey, this is what we worked on this day, and here's what we're going to tackle tomorrow. This is a great way to keep customers engaged throughout their entire project. The sixth benefit of content marketing is that you can establish yourself as an industry leader. By sharing valuable content, information, or entertainment, you're now bringing to light facts that, simply put, homeowners don't know. One of my favorite exercises we go through here at CGN is whenever a new employee is brought on board, Logan asks the question, how much do you think the average kitchen remodel costs? And to be honest, the answers that you hear now, myself included when I first joined, it's kind of jarring. And so it just goes to show that your homeowner really doesn't know a lot about what their project is actually going to cost. But by you putting out content explaining the process of what it's like to work with you, how much their job is going to cost, other things that they can expect along the way, you're now establishing yourself as the authority in the space, which now allows you to drive up trust between prospect and your company. This is the reason that we put pricing on all of our websites. So if you're a resident in Oklahoma City and you're looking to get a new generator before the next winter storm and you've tried to figure out how much a new generator costs, well, you go to Google, how much does a generator cost? Blue Sky Electric, our client in Oklahoma, pops up. They have their pricing up there. Blue Sky Electric is now setting the baseline for how much a generator costs, as well as teaching the homeowner things about their project that they didn't know previously. This is the thing that creates trust between prospect and business. Number 7, and I touched on this at the top of the video, content marketing has long-term results that paid ads simply do not have. You see, with content marketing, any piece of content that you have up online stays there forever. Whether it's on Instagram, Facebook, YouTube, podcast, a blog on your site, if it's up, it's up. Which means anybody at any moment in time can find that piece of content. Whereas advertising, the second that I stop paying for the ad, my ad and my content goes away. We have YouTube videos from 2 years ago that are still getting views all about the value of a website for a contractor. And that video is still bringing in people today. And it's the reason why we produce as much content as we do, because we know it lives on forever. In fact, let me bring on Chris, who just closed a deal using this exact same thing.
We had a conversation with a prospect who actually turned out to be a client, and he was talking about a video on YouTube that we produced, I'd say probably 2 years ago, where we were talking about sales objections and kind of handling objections. And I forgot all about that video. I honestly had forgot we even produced it because it just hadn't been in my radar for some time. But just to know that that type of content was able to provide dividends long term, even not just in the right now.
Content marketing enhances your social media presence. By creating consistent social media content, businesses are able to attract their ideal client to their page to start the process of establishing a relationship with them, ultimately, hopefully leading to a sale. And even if followers are by and large vanity metric, the reality is it still matters and it still gives your business some credibility. If I'm comparing two different contractors and contractor A has 2,000 followers on Instagram compared to contractor B who only has 100, if all work is equal and the same, I'm going to go with contractor A because 1,900 more people like that contractor. And that is what we call social proof, and it's another leverage of credibility for your business. The ninth benefit to content marketing is that it gives you a competitive advantage in a number of different ways. You can show your unique value through content. You can show your educational prowess and your authority within the space. You can show that your company is fun to work with. There's so many different ways to leverage content marketing throughout your business to showcase really anything that you want. In fact, one of our clients, Ethan Hammond, a pond contractor down in South Carolina, just closed a crazy job during the slow season because of content. So I'll throw it to Ethan to kind of share his story with that.
Hey everyone, Ethan Hammond, the Pond Dude here, and I wanted to take just a second and tell you guys about the win that I had while using content to land a large project. I had a client who reached out to us. We went through all the pre-qualification process, but they still wanted to go and grab another quote. Ultimately, we won the job through content. They were gonna talk to us both and then basically wait for 7 days, talk about it, decide, things like that. And every one of those days that they were waiting, I was sending them a piece of content. We were sending them YouTube videos such as about us, meet the team, different things like that. And ultimately, they decided to go with us, and one of the main reasons was they could see our passion through the content that we were giving them. They trusted us. They felt like they knew the team. They didn't know anything about the other contractor because he doesn't do any content. It was huge for us because we landed that project for January, which is slow for a pond builder, and it's getting us through the winter. This content stuff works.
And the 10th benefit to content marketing is that it is cost effective. Earlier in this video, I told the story about how we spent $250,000 into ads and lost around 200 grand. Well, let's just kind of play this out, all right? If we were to take my salary, which is a fourth of that, a fifth of that, maybe, where my job is to create content that lasts forever. I'm creating 365 social media posts, 52 podcasts, 52 YouTube videos, additional content for our blogs. That's all content that's going to live forever for, call it, $60,000 a year. Compared to the $250,000 that we put into ads year over year and saw nothing for it. And as a result, the second we turned off the ads, the second that the business was stopped being promoted. So even on a one-to-one, you can pay $60,000 in ads that stop or $60,000 for content that lives forever. Shit, I probably need to ask for a raise. Anyways, if you're looking to get started in your content marketing journey and don't know where to start, watch this video right here, all about the different kinds of content that you can use for your business.